Welcome back. I'm just brewing up some terracotta because today I'm going to start on the guardhouse. I'm going to have multiple towers all over the place, but I would like one big central guardhouse so it looks like it's an organised arrangement of people rather than just a bit on the wall. But where am I going to put it? That's the question. Where am I going to put the guardhouse and where am I going to put maybe one or two watchtowers this side? I'm trying to find somewhere to land to get a good vantage point. What have I got here? Ow. If I've got watchtowers, well, if I've got, you know, like individual watchtowers watching over this creature looming on the hillside, maybe one around here and maybe one kind of up this slope, then maybe I can get away with putting the guards' barracks here-ish. That might be quite nice. Let's see if I can get a vantage point around here somewhere. Oh look, some dirt in a tree, thank you Enderman. I was thinking of putting a dock down here. But it might be quite nice to have it here as well, to have the barracks, to have the barracks here, because then it also could kind of be guards that are patrolling the docks and keeping an eye on stuff down here as well. So not just a monster watchtower, but also a guard for the docks. Spent quite a bit of time around here whilst I was building the library the other day, and the villagers are doing fine. I did wonder if something would come in and get them, but no, they're fine. That gate is just enough that it stops them being in any danger. Unless they're idiots and they stand in the doorway, which, you know, I don't put it past them. But if they're sensible and they stay inside at night, they're actually fine. Did, for this particular build, want brown terracotta, and I did last time manage to get some cocoa... No, it wasn't last time. When was it? Anyway, I did manage to get some cocoa beans, and I've been growing a bit of cocoa just on some wood underground, as is the normal way to grow cocoa, I believe. It's just a room. How's it doing? Oh. That's kind of weird. Something about that's very unpleasant. Don't like that. But this should be more than enough. Brown dye. Just keep it ticking over. Genuinely don't think I'm ever going to need to harvest this again, but I'll replant it. Ah, yeah, that got me quite a lot. Every single time I grow cocoa, I forget to make it a double wide gap to be able to use both sides of the logs. Every single time. That one insta-grew. It went through every single stage. But I'm quickly running out of... That's not a rocket, I can't fly with a stick. Quickly running out of cobblestone, so I need to just go find somewhere, do some mining. Maybe make a little start on that in the actual mine, couldn't I? Anywhere down here? Don't necessarily want to pull out all the mossy cobble just yet, I would like some of that to stay. Yeah, I could maybe do some mining here. Oh. The benefit of a flame bow and OptiFine. Right then, yeah, I think I'll just clear out this little bit. Start making a room here, so when I come to actually do some proper building work on these mines, I've got like a little den area to start with. It should get me a couple of stacks of cobble. And some more iron. Quite a bit of iron. Just cleared out one little corner, it's already got me 3 stacks. And since I'll probably dig this up anyway at some point, I may as well do a bit of shaping while I'm here, rather than making it completely boxy. I'm letting it be a bit, hopefully a bit more natural. There we are. 8 and a bit stacks, and I've just got a nice opened bit of cave here. It really doesn't take long to gather stuff like this, just keep popping. Whilst I've got my fortune pickaxe, may as well. Nine diamonds out of 3 blocks, that's pretty good. I need more mangrove wood because I am going through it at a million miles an hour. It's a bit of a pain in the bum to grow, but I was given a suggestion. Now I won't say the person's full username in case they do not want to be mentioned like that, I won't presume that, but thank you Cryptic for a suggestion. I'm going to give it a shot right now. They suggested that you make a hole that's about 5 or 6 blocks deep, and you grow the tree in the bottom, and then hopefully the wood component, bit up here, is actually at harvesting level on the ground. And that actually seems to have worked very well. So thank you very much for that suggestion, because that is a lot easier than having to pillar up to every tree. And of course, Cryptic, if you would like to make yourself known in the comments, please feel free to do so. Please feel free to give yourself a little pat on the back, because that is a very good idea. Thank you very much. Got 3 stacks for now. I shall leave it there and head home. I need to actually start building... Yeah, that looks nice there. Now I'm getting used to it. A little busy perhaps, but meh, quite like it. Down here in my little sugarcane farm area, I do actually have an overflow for all the mangrove leaves and the roots, because you end up with so much. And I've got a load of spruce. Look at all that spruce. And that's some extra spruce wood, which I keep forgetting is down here, but yep, got a ton. Time to do some more wood clearing. That should do. That should be fine. Plenty of space. I'd like to leave a little bit of woodland between the trees and the guardhouse. I think that'd be nice to just have a little rugged area so they're not immediately backing onto a more imposing building. Keep the village nice and cute. Taking down one of the big trees has left behind a big, very circular patch of podzol, so I'm just going to messy it up and mix some of the grass in and spread some of the podzol out so it's a little bit more uniform. Some of this is going to get hidden under the base of the building. It doesn't really matter. I just like stuff to look a little more scattered. There we are, that's a little more patchy. I think for now I've got everything I need. I don't think I need to wait around for anything else. No more smelting, no more growing, no more gathering. I think I'm ready. Following last week's very fumbled attempts at building the library freehand, I have actually got a plan for this one. I made some kind of mock-up in creative mode, and I will be following that as, as closely as I need to. Sometimes I change on the go, we'll see. I don't tend to be too strict with making exact like-for-like copies, I just tend to use it as a bit of a template. They all followed roughly the same plan to one another, but I did change them a little bit here and there. And in much better time than the library, the guardhouse is done. We've got a horsey ready to go for swift action. Jeez, that was swift. We have a guard doggy with his matching diamond collar to go with the horse's diamond armour. He needs a name, the horse needs a name. And here's the way in. We have bells to alert for danger. If there's any sign of movement, the guards will ring the bells. Got a little guard room here where everybody can just sleep. And we've got a kitchen back here so that the guards are well fed. Even if campfires are extinguished, you can still put raw meat on them and they won't cook. It'll just sit there and look like ornamental shelves, which is a little unhygienic, but it helps portray the idea that this is a kitchen with a little kitchen cat who is very well behaved and so far hasn't eaten the meat. You're a good kitty. And then if we go up here, we've got a storage area where people would keep all their spare things. And then we're at the top in the guard tower, which you can see over the wall. It's got a reasonably good view of the monster. OptiFine and the zoom makes it a bit much, but there we are. They've got a bed, and then we've got a book so they can keep track of anything, make any notes about any changes or movements. And they've got a nice view over the wall and over the upcoming harbour. You'll notice that for now the guards are actually just armour stands. Oh, there's Oh, there's a witch! That's not good. Be gone. As I was saying, you'll notice that there aren't actually any villagers acting as guards. For now, we just have the armour stands. That's because I don't actually know which villagers to put in here. We'll have we'll have somebody working the smoker, but other than that, I don't know which villager would best represent a guard. So I'll have to go through all the available villager lists. I don't like you over there. Yeah. I'll have to go through all the available villager lists and figure out which one looks most like a guard. It might end up being one from a completely different biome. I think one of the snowy ones might look quite nice. So I might have to go find a local snowy biome, get some villagers there, give them a trade there, and then bring them over, which is going to be quite a job, but, you know, you've got to do it for the aesthetic. It's got to look right. So we have a path that connects from the barracks and the village to the main base over here. So now you can wiggle all the way up. The only thing blocking it is the beehives, which do need to be rehomed. I already have an awful lot of honeycomb and an awful lot of honey blocks. I don't need to turn it into a farm, so I'm thinking I'm just going to turn it into like a little kind of, maybe a greenhouse for a potion maker. So it's the bees are helping with making the flowers. And quite unplanned, but it just sort of started happening, so I went with it. I made a little stream, made a little river that goes through the area. I did want something around here that was going to cut through the farmland, and this just seemed like a really good place to put it. So whilst I was terraforming to put the path in, I just turned it into a river. It didn't take long. I haven't finished decorating it yet because I have no idea what's going in this part down here. I've got this open space here and I don't know what to put here. I might just turn it back into woodland because I took down some of these trees to make the river and the path, or I might just turn it into another building site. Maybe more barracks, maybe something for the horse, maybe something for the dogs. I might build a kennel and have this be where they train the dogs. It might be something completely different. It might be something like a stone circle. That might be quite nice, actually, having it kind of in line with the view with the monster. That might be quite nice. Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure something out. Might be something to do with the farmland. Could be a windmill. Although I do kind of like the idea of the windmills being over there and having multiple of them. But from up here, it's certainly getting a lot more sprawling. It'll start to come up the hillside, and then the main part of the build is actually going to be up here. And you know what? We might be coming to that sooner than I thought. I have no real plans for exactly when I'm going to do the great big aforementioned forge build that I spoke of in the first episode, but it's going to be up here. It's going to take up the whole thing. It's going to be like that up here. It's going to be a big job, probably span over several episodes, and I thought it would be like a not necessarily an end of series thing, but that it would be nearer to the end, and now I'm thinking that I might actually be coming up on it soon, because there's so much else that I've wanted to add now as I've been building and coming up with the story of the monsters and things. There's so many more ideas I've got, and this is going to go on far longer than I thought it would, which is a good thing. I'm happy with that. I'm in no rush to finish this series. It'll be done when it's done, and I'm not going to rush it any earlier than that. But as you might have seen during the time lapse, this little village has already started generating new cats. So I've got 2 more cats for my little cat collection. I think that makes 5 out of the 11 colours. Hopefully I'll get the whole lot. I know we still need to do some platforms and some walkways, but is this a good start? Yes. Also, Horatio has given me an excellent idea about what to put here. Something that could be very fitting and very cool. That's it, really. I don't know, I felt like I was going somewhere else with that, but fitting and cool, I think, is all we need. We've got the lily pads. Got some stuff ready, so I'm going to make a start on the platforms for the surveillance around the edge of the wall. And then I'll come over here and build the thing that Horatio has inspired. Yeah, I think that'll look nice there. Just need to figure out exactly how to align it. Ta-da! We now have a bit of a platform. Come on, Horatio, let me show you the wall. Now it is, as you can see, an uneven, higgledy-piggledy wall platform thingy. This one's higgledy-piggledy because, like the wall itself, I wanted it to be built in a hurry by villagers. I didn't want it to be a big grand thing that had taken years to build. This is something they've seen trouble and they've gone, oh no, we need a wall. And this is the wall they have produced. So it's very practical. It's a little bit too sprucey, but I don't know what wood to swap out. Dark oak's too much and regular oak is too light, so I don't know which colour to swap out. So I've just, for now, used some of the actual logs and I've used just some spruce trapdoors to add a bit of texture and to use the different pattern to make it a bit different. Some light, so hopefully things don't spawn up here. That's pretty much it done. It's not too riveting, but it's very functional. I'd like to put some villagers up here again if I can get ones that look like guards. We'll see. Early days. It's only episode 7. Horatio, where are you going? That's the wrong way. The underside is quite messy, very kind of dirt and moss, just overrun, all the spare rubble from building the wall itself, and then I've just left some of the plants to go a bit mad. I kind of feel like the villagers wouldn't really bother with this too much, they'd just let it overgrow. The top needs to be clear for access, but this lower bit, meh. And there's a footpath here that connects up to the main footpath to the barracks. So swoop to the barracks and swoop to the wall. So now, put the last little bit of this design in, just double check. Here where I want to put it. Is this actually... Well, I'm saying it. I did plan on making several of these all over, so I think having one here is going to look good, yeah. Yeah, I'll pop one here. This could be like a prototype and we can work around it, and then as we find something that works, we can start scattering them up and around over other parts of the base as well. Come here, you. Whoops. Come here, you. I'm going to need you for inspiration. Oops, torch. Can I have the torch back, please? Come on. Not the torch. Thank you. I'll sit there and be a handsome model. But here it is, done. A monument to the fierce protector of this settlement. Yeah, it's a cute wolf statue. That's it, really. It's just a cute wolf statue. It doesn't really do anything, but it sits here and it looks cute. But I would like to put a few of these around the village. It might be nice to have some looking out over the hills. Definitely have some around the docks, as like big figures welcoming the ships in. Maybe have some up on the hilltop looking out over the distant plains. Gonna have some wolfies. Wolfies everywhere. Real ones and statue ones. Look at him, that's so cute. Look at him just sitting there. Adorable. I especially like how you can just see all the smoke and fire in the distance. Just a hint of what is out there. I didn't intend for this spot to line up. I didn't intend to put a wolf statue here, but that has just lined up very nicely. Now I did mention earlier that I wanted to keep this patch a little bit forested so that it had a nice separation between the village and the barracks. But with this being here, I think I can get away with just, later on, putting in some custom trees. I'll come up with some recurring designs and use them to just fill in this blank bit. Sometimes the naturally generated trees can kind of clog an area up. Sometimes you get these ones that are like lollipops with just a pom-pom on the top, and then sometimes you get ones that fill in the whole bottom area and make it hard to walk through. So I think I'll actually just make some custom trees and maybe some like overgrown hedge areas, and then just do that to separate the two zones. I don't really need to use the default trees. I'll keep a couple of them. Something about this one being here bugs me. Oops. So I'll probably get rid of this one. Maybe just do that now, actually, since I've just broken that anyway. There we are. Yeah, add some custom trees, make it all pretty. Also, making custom trees means that I can control how much you can see that. So rather than having just a great big swamp of trees that blocks out the view, I could actually shape it a little bit to make like a valley that when you're elsewhere in the village, maybe if you're over here, you could still just through a scoop in the trees, just catch a view of that. But yep, I think I'll call it here for today. I've done quite a lot of building and it's taken me quite a lot of time to get here. I need to go do some more resource gathering. I need to fill up some of my forgetting my words today, chests. I need to go fill up my chests in my storage room. Might have to go and do some more adventuring, go get some more terracotta in particular. try and see if I can find a better mesa than that one I found in the past, which was absolutely tiny. Or alternatively just go and find some caves and see if I can get some clay out of forgetting my words again. Lush cave. Need to find a lush cave and see if I can just plunder it for all its clay. But I also want to find some amethyst geodes so I can start farming some of the crystals, and then I can make some more blocks, and then we can make a start on what was mentioned on the last page of the book here. The book that Horatio gave me last week that spoke about these dragons. Yes, he got me it because he's a very clever boy. The book mentioned the dangers of these potential creatures and how they can attack mines and plunder for all their resources, but one of the ways to keep them out is to potentially encourage another creature called an amethyst drake, and that drake is drawn in by the prospect of a great big amethyst geode. So maybe if we fake a geode, if we build one ourselves in the hillside and make it all pretty and enticing, maybe a bigger dragon will come along to act as a deterrent for this one. But amethyst drakes are very docile and won't really interfere with the settlement or its people, so it's a better one to have around, even if it is bigger and maybe a little more intimidating to look at. Might just be a better neighbour. So I'll call the episode here for now. I hope you enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. So, bye!